What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited because this is, I guess, my first official video being back on YouTube from my little hiatus, besides my explaining why I took my break. So super excited to film this video. First off, before I get started, excuse my background. Some of you know that I moved a couple months ago, and I'm still getting situated for the most part, and now this is kind of my shoe room slash my vanities right here, makeup room. So I'm still trying to like set up a YouTube area, I guess, which is still, I want it to be this room. I'm probably just gonna get a backdrop so that way you don't see all of this. It's a little bit more appealing and aesthetic. So for my next video, I will have a different background. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is gonna be a full face full of my favorite products that I love. I have been loving for years now, a couple months. Either or, they have been, you know, proven worthy of being a favorite and great quality product. So I'm here to share that with you guys because every now and then I do get questions on what makeup products I use. So I'm all about sharing the wealth, and well, not wealth, but the knowledge. No, I don't want to ramble on too much because I am not known to do that. So let's just go ahead and get started with the video. Alright, so bare face, let's go ahead and get started. I have this little guy right here. Let's just kind of not look at it. I just washed my face and we're going to get started obviously with the first step, which is moisturizer. Now, I don't have a moisturizer that I am like super crazy about. So really, I'm just using the one that I'm currently using. For a moisturizer, what I really like to look for is something that's very lightweight, usually oil-free, just because my skin over time gets oily. So I don't want to already like not jump to conclusions, but you know, like start it up earlier than it should be, basically. So right now, the one that I'm using is Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Plus Global Anti-Aging Cell Powered Cream, which I don't know if it's really like a moisturizer or just like a anti-aging cream, but I use it as a moisturizer because it says to use like 2 times a day. So I really just put just a little bit. This one's really thick, so I'm not like crazy fan of it, but for right now, this is doing the trick. But I am on the hunt for like that perfect moisturizer, so if you have one that you love, go ahead and drop that below. Now we're gonna go ahead and prep the face for foundation. Now usually I would just use a primer and keep it moving, but now I have kind of like a 2-step that I use. My first step is the Farsali. I really don't know how it's pronounced, but this is the bottle. This is their Skin Tune Blur Perfecting Primer Serum, and it's just like a base serum. And honestly, it kind of acts as a moisturizer. Sometimes I don't even moisturize if my skin isn't too dry, or I'll just use a little bit, kind of like I did today, of my moisturizer, because this, as you can see, basically looks like a moisturizer. Now, oh god, that was a lot. I will say that I am not crazy about the application for this because, as you can see, it's very thick, so it doesn't really like pick up and drop product that well, if that makes sense. But I do love this because it acts like a moisturizer, but also like goes into your pores and fills them in, so you get like that flawless finished look at the end. You could honestly use this by itself. I'm just like super extra with having like a good, flawless, poreless, doll-like skin, I guess. So I go on top of this and I go in with the Pore Professional from Benefit, and I put just a little bit. With this primer, I mainly focus on the areas where my pores are a little bit ridiculous, and it's usually right here in the cheek area, a little bit on my forehead, on my nose. Now this primer is the best primer that I've ever tried thus far. Like, I've tried probably like 4 or 5 primers, and once I tried this, I was like, where have you been all my life? I'm so mad that it took me so long to like hop on the bandwagon. You know, I saw that everybody loves this product, and I kind of just never really was too interested in it. And I put some on my chin as well, and this is mainly because not so much my pores, but I do break out on my chin, and I kind of have like these like texture problems, so I put this on my chin to kind of smooth it out. Alright, now moving on to foundation. This is like my holy grail of foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. I've tried so many in search of a foundation like this. Basically, a little background on my skin. It's not like super oily, but it does get oily after a couple of hours. And with this foundation, I could go like 10 to 12 hours and my makeup still look flawless. And I don't look super oily. It looks like a natural dewy look after like 10 hours versus usually any other foundation after like 3 or 4 hours I'm already looking like an oily mess. I need to blot, I need to touch it up. My foundation literally stays all day or all night, which is perfect because I do have those work days where I am working 12 hours. If you like a good matte full coverage foundation that stays in place, doesn't transfer, all that, this is the one for you. So my all-time favorite foundation is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and it lives true to its name. Now I actually have two here. I used to be in shade 4, but now I'm way too, well, how do I say this? I like tanned for like a month straight and I was super dark. I usually try not to tan my face as much, so my face will always be whiter than the rest of my body. So I am now a shade 7.0. This is a little bit too dark because I did stop tanning for like a month now, so it did fade. But color might look a little off, but yeah. So I like just applying it on my cheeks like that, and then I might do like a little dot on my chin, a little dot on my forehead, a little dot on my nose. I love applying this with the Real Technique Beauty Blender. As you can see, mine's disgusting. I need to clean it. This is another product that I slept on so hard just because I was like, oh, I'll just try whatever beauty blender, doesn't really matter, doesn't make a difference. Boy, was I wrong. It makes such a difference. This foundation goes on so smoothly. As you can see, a little goes a long way with this foundation, which is also a good thing because foundations aren't cheap. I basically could have done without this little streak on this cheek and I would have been good, but we're gonna blend it in all over the face. Now that that's on, let's move on to concealer. Now this is my absolute favorite concealer. Again, I've tried a couple other ones and I don't think I would ever go back to any other concealer because they're just not as creamy and just pigmented as the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. And as you can see, it is very light compared to my foundation. I am one of those people that like a very bright under eye. You kind of mix it with my shade 4. So what I like to do is just put a little bit of that 4.0 shade onto the same beauty blender. I just use a different side and I mix them both together so it's a little darker. I know it looks ridiculous right now, but once it dries, it's not as how do I say, as a difference in color, like not as drastic. And then once I contour and everything, it kind of comes out how I like it. And then I usually do the side where there was like foundation just to kind of blend out any hard edges. Alright, now that's it for concealer. Usually I would just hop straight into contouring, but I recently did my eyebrows first one time. I don't know why. I think I just was going so fast that I forgot that I didn't even contour, and then I went back and contoured and I liked how it looked better. It kind of gives the concealer and foundation some time to blend in and dry on my face, and it just looks a lot better than me doing it right now while it's still like setting, so to speak. Yeah, so we're gonna hop straight into eyebrows now. Now for eyebrows, I haven't been able to find a product that I am obsessed with. I tried the Anastasia, obviously the dip brow whatever pod thing. Wasn't a fan, not gonna lie. I used that for the longest time just because I had it and I didn't want to like be wasteful, but I hated how my eyebrows came out every single time. So now I'm just gonna use a combination of powder and pencil, and that's what works best for me right now, but it's still not like out of this world. You know, I don't love it. If you have any brow products that you are in love with, let me know, because I am trying to have the flakiest eyebrows out here. So yeah, what I like to do with the pen that I'm using is Maybelline Brow Ultra Slim in the color medium brown. So what I like to do is I just obviously brush out my eyebrows, and then I kind of just line them and prep for the powder. So I went underneath, and then now I'm gonna go on top. I like to brush it down first and then go. Alright, and so you can see I just kind of outline. I didn't fill in too much. You see some kind of bald spots, and that's okay because I'm gonna go in with the powder. I just use this to kind of set the tone for the eyebrows. Now I don't even use a eyebrow like what's that called, like the little set powder sets. I use straight up eyeshadow, and I like how pigmented it is, so that's what I've been using for quite some time now. Now I use this palette is so dirty, but it's a Soft Glam palette from Anastasia, and I use the Cypress Umber, which is this color. As you can see, it's been used a lot. I literally only use it for my eyebrows, and I just go in with a angled brush and kind of fill in the brow. Now I like to go in with another angled brush, and I just use the Wet n Wild just makeup stick. It's just a concealer stick, and I go in and just kind of clean them up. Alright, so my eyebrows have seen better days, but it'll do. So they're very bold, obviously very dark, but that's kind of how I like. Now let's move on to contour, which is my favorite part. So literally for years now, what I have been using is the Anastasia contour kit. Again, super disgusting and dirty. I should keep my makeup more clean. But this is in the Tan to Deep, and boom, inside it looks like this. So you can see by the ring around them. The two that I use are these two, and what I like to do is a little two-step to it. I like to mix them obviously with a very dense angle brush, and grab my mirror here. I like to draw basically a harsh straight line of where I want that cut to happen. So kind of like that. So it's not a super harsh line, but since it is so dense and angled, you get better control of where you want that line to go. The other side, try not to blend it too much. And there you go, boom. And then kind of with whatever's left over, I like to go in with my nose with this brush. What I'll do is just like very lightly, like instead of just putting it down, so that way you don't have that all that surface area. I just kind of like to go with one side of it and just contour my nose. I don't do too much to my nose just because it's kind of already very thin, and I feel like if I contour it too much, it's gonna disappear. So I kind of leave it at that, and then it just kind of adds some color. Since I had all that brightness of the concealer, it just kind of brings some division and color back into my nose, but not so much to like reshape and contour my nose, if that makes sense. So then I like to go in with a more like fluffy, not as dense brush, and again just mix the two together, and I like to just kind of bring that line up, or just kind of blend it out so it's not as harsh, but with the main focus being that first line that we did. So everything kind of goes up from there, like it's like an ombre effect going up. And then with the same brush, I like to go on my forehead and just kind of do my temples. Nothing too drastic, just again, just kind of add some features back into my face after I just put all that concealer on it. Oh, one very important step that I missed at the beginning. I like to moisturize my lips. Literally the first step before I even moisturize my skin, I like to put on Carmex. Carmex is my favorite go-to chapstick. Live by it, swear by it. Why I like to do this right now, it looks crazy because one, my lips are super dry and I have foundation all over my lips. But that's why I like doing it at the beginning, because that way at the end when I go to do my lips, I could just wipe off the Carmex and it wipes off all the foundation that I have on my lips, and they're nice and moisturized for whatever lip combo I'm going to be doing. Just pretend that I did that at the beginning, and there we go. So now let's move on to blush. I love this palette. It's called Peach Pop and it is from Ulta Beauty's line. I love it because look at all these colors. Like, if you're like around my skin tone or maybe a little bit lighter, maybe even a little darker, this is great for you because it has such a range of colors that look good on you. Now again, I like to mix this one and this one, and it has like a few shimmery ones, which I don't really like shimmery blushes, but I mean, if that's your thing, it's in there. So I mix this top one and this one, and I just pop it right on there. So now we are gonna go into my favorite part of my makeup routine, which is highlight. I love highlight. Whoever invented highlight, I love you. So my absolute favorite all-time favorite highlighter is the Becca Champagne Pop. I don't know what it is, you know, peach pop, champagne pop, anything that pops, you know, pop, pop, pop. That's my thing. I use like a brush like this. I don't know the name of this, proper name, but anything that's kind of like fanny like this works fine. And then just, oh, feel like a ray of sunshine, a whole rise and shine. I was gonna insert the clip of Kylie Jenner singing it, but I'm not trying to get copyrighted, so just imagine her singing it as I put this on. So yeah, I just like to put it on my cheek, on the tip of my nose, on the bridge of my nose. If I could put this all over my face and it be socially acceptable, I would, because I love this highlighter. Alright, we're making great progress here. Now let's move on to eyeshadow. Now this is a product that was already mentioned. Really, I love it for everything. Eyebrows, contour, whatever I need it for, it's there for me. Highlight, everything. So that's why I love this palette. But I love it for eyeshadow reasons, obviously. Soft Glam, Anastasia Beverly Hills, already mentioned. But it is amazing. I love this because it's very versatile, and you could do a day look with this, you could do an in-between look with this, you could do a night look with this. Like, whatever you need, this palette is here for you. A runner-up would be the James Charles palette, for obvious reasons, because you could literally create whatever look you're trying to create with that palette, and it's so affordable, which is amazing. So that would be a good runner-up. The reason it's not number one is because it's so big, so like inconvenient for me to travel with that. So this is like a quick, it fits in my makeup bag, I could keep it moving, I could grab it and go. So this is why this is my all-time favorite. Now, I've had many favorite looks that I kind of get stuck on, but I have this current favorite one, so that's the look that I am going to be doing today. Now, literally, it just takes 3 colors. It's going to be orange soda, burnt orange, I like 4 colors, rustic, and then tempera, but tempera, or I think that I'm pronouncing it right. This like light shade is kind of like optional. So 3 to 4 colors. So very simple, very easy. What I like to do is I blend I blend burnt orange and orange soda together. And it's funny because at first I wasn't such a fan of these colors, but now I'm here living for them. And I put that all over And then I go in with Rustic, which Rustic is one of my all-time favorite browns. And then I just kind of pop it in the crease. This is the outer crease, and then bring it up a little bit just to give it a little bit of dimension. And that's pretty much it. Now I do this all with the same like eyeshadow brush. When it comes to eyeshadow, I am literally the worst because I just use the same brush for everything. Probably my eyeshadow would come out better if I didn't, but too much effort. So then I go in with Tempera, which is that really light shade right here, and I put that on my lid kind of just to brighten up the area that's over. As you can see, you know, there's like this white area. I just put it in that same spot just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. And that's it. And that's the look for eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna pop on some eyeliner. My favorite eyeliner is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and this is my absolute favorite. I'm pretty sure there's probably better out there, but I love this because for the price and the quality, it's unmatched. Like, it's super cheap. There's certain things that I would spend whatever amount of money on, and that is like primers, foundation, lipsticks, lip glosses, stuff like that. Eyeliner and mascaras are not one of them. I need them to do what they do, and that's it. I don't need like super wonderful quality. Like, as long as you look good and you're not expensive, I like you. So this is why the Wet n Wild is my absolute favorite eyeliner. I'll just do like a light wing, nothing too crazy. Well, I always say I'm gonna do a light wing, and then I always mess it up in one eye and I have to go fix it in this one and keep going back and forth, and I'm stuck with like a super dramatic wing, and that's not even the look I was going for. Can anybody else relate? So yeah, so I'm going for a light wing, but fingers crossed. All right, so far so good. Let's try the other eye. So I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, good enough, right? This one look totally different. It'll work. Okay, now my ultimate favorite mascara, also because it's very inexpensive, but honestly, even if it did cost a lot, I would still buy it because it's amazing. This is the Rimmel London Scandal Eyes Curve Alert. I really don't appreciate it as much, I guess, because I wear falsies every single time I do my makeup, so you don't really get to appreciate the mascara as much because you don't see my actual lashes. But before, I wore lashes all the time, so like a year ago, this would make my lashes look so bomb. I used to get so many compliments on my lashes. It's just really a bomb mascara. I love it because it's so like thick without looking clumpy, you know. But just know, if you have bomb lashes already, this is gonna bring them to the next level. See, even right now, if I didn't put on falsies, like, this could be a look. But I'm so obsessed with false lashes now that I'm not satisfied with these lashes. Oh my god, is anybody else like me? Like, I really hate the fact that I'm so dependent on lashes now that my face, like, I just feel naked right now. And don't get me wrong, like, I would go out like this like literally a year ago and think I looked flawless, but then I got introduced to lashes and it's just downhill from there. All right, now talking about lashes, this is literally my second favorite part of me doing my makeup. Obviously the first being highlighter and the second is lashes. So we'll start off with eyelash glue. This is what I've been loving lately, is the Duo strip lash adhesive, dark tone, so it dries black, or at least like dark. I've tried a few other eyelash glues and they did the work, but I love how this one is so easy. And don't get me wrong, they all work. The eyelashes would stay on my eye, but when it came time to take them off, it was so rough on my lashes and my lid, and I just felt like it hurt to take them off. In this Duo, I found that I didn't have that problem. The lash glue comes off so easy. Even if I get it on like my skin or anything, I just rub it off. Or if I like mess it up and get it on my eyeshadow, like, I could easily just take it off and it doesn't mess up my whole eye look. Now, my go-to favorite lashes, I have been through a lot of lashes that I love, some that I hate, but I have my go-tos that I keep going back to that I love for whatever look, whether it's daytime or nighttime, because they're kind of like right in between where they're not super dramatic, but they're dramatic enough. So I absolutely love them, and they're super inexpensive, so also another plus. And they are the Eyebrow 253. So Eyebrow number 253, and this is what they look like. I like because they have like the shorter ends at the beginning and then they get longer towards the end. Super cute. You'll see them on obviously in a second, but I love these lashes. Now I will say my second favorite would be the Lily lashes in Miami. They're not number one because they kind of fall apart kind of easily. Like when I'm trying to take off excess glue off of them, I've messed them up so many times, like quickly, like early on in their life. And you know, they're $30, so it kind of just breaks my heart that they're so sensitive. And now I'm not like super rough with them. I just take off the glue like I have any other lash. So that's why they're not number one, just because of their price point and how they just don't last as long as other lashes. Like these ones I think are like $6-7. Now I put on my lashes with tweezers. I don't know, some people it makes them cringe, so I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but this is what's easiest for me. I put the outer corner first, and then I grab the tippy top. And kind of place it right above my lash line. You can see I love these lashes. Now I like to go in with the tweezer open and just kind of seal the front part. So I kind of, hold on, I can't talk and do it at the same time, but I kind of just you know, crush them together. That sounds terrible. I press them together to kind of seal the glue. Boom. And that's it. See the difference that like lashes make? I could never go back to not wearing lashes. Alright, so lashes are on. Boom boom, we're almost done. Now we're on to the final step, and that is lips. So usually, like I said, I wipe off the Carmex that I had with a like tissue or paper towel or makeup remover or whatever. Don't have one right now here on my vanity, so we're just gonna use our fingers, which I feel like I just got all of the foundation that was on my finger back on my lips. This defeats the purpose of why I put Carmex on in the first place, but whatever. Moving on. So I have a couple, I guess, favorite lip products, so I'm just gonna mention them. But let me just go ahead and do what I'm going to be doing for today's lip, and that is literally just a lip plumping lip gloss. I love me a good plumped full lip. If you know me, you know I have my lips done, I have fillers, but you know, to take it to that little next level in between syringes, I love using a lip plumper. Now I have a few that I have tried out recently, and if you guys are interested in seeing a video of me comparing each one, because I did buy quite a few, some that are okay, some that I hate, and then there is the one that I absolutely love. So you know, I could kind of compare and contrast lip plumpers. If that's something you guys would be interested in seeing, let me know in the comments below. But we'll talk about my holy grail lip plumper, and that is this baby right here, and it's from the Sephora line, surprisingly. It's in the shade, actually doesn't have a shade on here, it just says outrageous plump effect, but I think it has a color. I don't remember what, there's only two. It's like this taupey pinky shade, and then there's like a clear crystal pink shade. I had no idea that Sephora had a lip plumper, and it's actually running out. Yeah, I just love it because not only is it a lip plumper, it also has like a nice shade to it. So it's like a color and a plump. You know, you get two in one. A lot of the lip plumpers that I bought were literally just clear, which nothing wrong with that, but I rather just have a one step and go. Also with this one, the effect of the plumper, like it's not super tingly or nothing, you know, you don't feel like ants are all over crawling on your lips or anything like that. You don't feel like they're gonna fall off. They don't leave any redness. I experienced that with 2 other plumpers. Like I would get like redness on the outside of my lip line, which looks super weird. It takes a couple minutes for it to fully, you know, plump up, but I love this because, as you can see, it looks very natural because the colors is very neutral, goes with any look that you're doing. Now, some other honorable mentions, I guess, that I do wear a lot and are my favorite. As far as lip liners go, I love the KK Beauty lip liner in the shade, I think this is 1, yeah, nude 1, and I love it because it's already gone. I don't know if you are gonna be able to see that, but it's such a nice pink shade, like a nude pink shade. And my second favorite would have to be Cork from MAC, which I actually lost. So for matte lipsticks, I have 2 favorites, and the first one is Kat Von D. I love the formula of this one. I only have it in the shade Lolita just because I love this shade so much that I never, like, I'm very basic. Like, once I love a lip gloss or a lipstick, I stick to that. I don't try other ones. So I haven't tried any other colors, but I love their formula for this. Also, Sephora's line of their matte liquid lipsticks, also amazing. It is by far the best red. It's actually in my purse in my car, so I can't show it to you guys, but I'll try to find the shade number because it's literally the perfect, like, bright, deep, vibrant shade of red that doesn't look too orangey or too dark. Like, it's literally just a true red, and I love it. And also the formula is very similar to Kat Von D, so I love it. And it's also very inexpensive. It's the Sephora line, so I think it's like maybe $14, so very inexpensive. Now for lip gloss, a lip gloss that I love is Anastasia's like colored lip glosses, and this one is in the shade Toffee. I usually like pairing these 2 together. I'll do Cork as a lip liner, this one on the outer corners, and then I'll put this shade in the middle because it's a little bit lighter, or even like a shade like this in the middle to kind of create like that ombre look. Literally my favorite lip combo. So yeah, I covered what? Lip plumper, lip gloss, lipsticks, and lip liners. So that gives you a little bit into my favorite lip products. So this is my final look using my absolute favorite go-to products for my face. Now obviously every now and then I try to switch it up, but these are the products that I keep going back to, so that's how I know I love them. They never steer me wrong. I can never go wrong when you see these products. So I definitely 10 out of 10 recommend everything that I used on my face today. It's usually my go-to makeup routine. I don't really add anything different, maybe a setting spray at the end, but I don't like this right now. Like, that's it for me. I don't need anything else, and this makeup will stay looking like this because of the primer and the foundation for so long, so I don't even have to touch it up or anything. So that is all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any favorites of your own that you would want me to try, leave them down in the comments below. I always love trying out new products, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.